Hello, welcome to the No Rest for the Vivid podcast. My name is Claire Hill, self-belief and business coach, founder of the Vivid Business Club, and I'm here to give you business tools, mindset shifts, and productivity tips to enable you to believe that anything is possible for you in your business while sharing those stories of facing the fear and doing it anyway to give you some courage to get all that shit done as well. I currently am on recording the podcast as well as I'm in my virtual co-working space that you get as part of the Vivid Business Club membership. I think everyone's doing their content plan. That's what I'm supposed to be doing. But technology has failed me today, so I am behind. Anyway, I'm going to embrace that. Probably some of them are going to be like, why is she recording a podcast? Supposed to be doing a content plan. But I've got an hour and a half to do my content plan, so it's okay. Today, funnily enough, we're talking about content plan. I want to talk to you about email marketing, and I want to help you to stay consistent with sending those emails out to your mailing list. I've said this before, and I shall say it again, and I will keep saying it. If you don't have a mailing list that people can subscribe to, I don't care if you haven't got a lead magnet or a list builder or anything like that. I don't care about any of that. I just want a little thing that says join to hear the news or join to get the newsletter or subscribe, something like that, that is available on your website and on your social media. In a link on the social media, please. I just it really frustrates me because I'm going to tell you why. One, I think there's a fear of the overwhelm and avoiding something that you've never done before. I absolutely get it. Setting up a mailing list and thinking, oh my God, but I've got to email all these people, it can feel really daunting, but that's only because it's unfamiliar. And if you're in the Vivid Business Club, we have somebody that does this specifically, right? So actually, we've got two people that can do it. So put the feelers out, get someone else to do it for you. You don't have to do everything. But in whatever way you make it happen, you need a mailing list. I was speaking to a client last week. I did give her a little bit of a supportive kick up the bum. I actually shoved her quite hard in a supportive way, not actually in real life, like I was online. I'm just going to finish my coffee, sorry. I hope people don't mind me doing this, but I've literally been back to back today. This is a side note, and I just thought, oh my God, I need one more coffee. And if I don't get the coffee, I've got tea stain down there. If you're watching on YouTube, you can see this Dream Team Mastermind mug. Everybody that joins the Dream Team gets one of these, and we've got the walk with the dreamers, the believers, the courageous, the cheerful, the planners, the doers, the successful people with their heads in the clouds and their feet on the ground. Let their spirit ignite a fire within you to leave this world better than when you found it. Dream Team. I had somebody say to me, you talk about the Vivid Business Club and what's going on there, but you never talk about the Dream Team. It's like a secret club. I was like, oh, yeah, probably should do some of that in my marketing. Talk about this amazing mastermind group that I've got. Anyway, back to it. So my client was saying to me, I set her this target of creating a lead magnet for her audience. And mind you, she's grown on Instagram and has got a huge, pretty big audience for her second business with no lead magnet, no list builder. And she said, but the thing is that I don't open my emails. I was like, okay, that's interesting. Because I send you a lot that you're in my mailing list. I never ever open them. It made me think, how can I get her to open them? So I'm going to share that tip in a minute. But I was very blunt with her and said, if you've got these big dreams of scaling to six figures, multi six figures, like six figures is like basically she's there, multi six figures, 7-figure business, it's not going to happen without a mailing list. It is so goddamn difficult to grow your business when you don't own your assets. You don't own Instagram, you don't own LinkedIn, you don't own TikTok. Although LinkedIn, it's very rare that anything happens to your LinkedIn account. but I don't find it as fun. Some people love it, don't they? But it's not as fun for me as Instagram. If I lost my Instagram, I'd be devastated. But what would I do? Who would I speak to? How could I make sure that I still have a business that I can grow? I have a mailing list, and this asset, those emails, you don't own the emails obviously, but you have to own the right to email them and get in touch. You don't own the right to reach somebody on Instagram. And the thing with an email, it lands in their inbox and it doesn't move until they choose to delete it. So remember this, email is so important. You could have a huge growth, and it's happened before. People have had hundreds of thousands of followers, and then they go like that, and then that person hasn't got a business left, or it's this crisis, and you see people crying. They had a mailing list. It wouldn't really matter, would it? So, well, it would, but you know what I mean. It's not a severe impact. So first thing I want to tell you is I really want you to get clear on the goals for your email marketing. Now, what that can look like is why you're bothering to email them. I see that why as nurturing an audience. I look at my mailing list as like my ultimate VIPs that get first dibs to my offers. And this is product based and service based. But how I'm going to talk about this applies to both. I've had successful mailing lists, like Vivid Wire's mailing list was incredible. I actually chopped some out because I got rid of loads of cold subscribers. But I loved taking the time to write that email, and I still do. I love writing the emails to my audience in my mailing list, and I don't think I'm ever going to give that up because I love it. It's like writing a love letter to your audience and sitting with that gratitude of thanks for being here. Thanks for being letting me email you all the time. I feel so grateful for that. Thank you very much. That's a really, really powerful tool of moving forward with that, with not a sense of like, what am I supposed to do? All the overwhelm and all of these hows in your head. Just stay with that intention of why you have a mailing list in the first place. These people like you so much. They want to see more of you. You can't annoy them. And if you do annoy them, do you know what? They're not for you. They were never going to buy from you and they're going to unsubscribe. I feel like we should celebrate unsubscribers. Like, thanks for being so, like, direct about your opinion of me. I'm really glad that you've gone because it gives me more time to focus on who's here. Not in a bitter way, but just in a, you weren't going to buy from me, were you? So we're running businesses here, my love. Businesses. We have to think like this. We can't be too salesy for the wrong person. It's just impossible. I've just literally launched off the fly a new one-to-one coaching program. This goes out on, let me just check the date, the 14th. So potentially there's still some spaces, but I'm offering, I don't know if there will be, but anyway, you can still express an interest when I get a space. I've got 3 spaces for a new program called the 111 Power Up. And it's basically accountability and productivity coaching over a period of 111 days, which is just shy one day of 16 weeks. You get 4 1-hour meetings every 4 weeks. So you can get that stuff done. But it's very direct about what do you want to achieve in these 111 days? Let's break it down, productivity, what are your habits? Let's lay it all out and get that shit done. I'm really, really excited about it. And these 3 spaces, I'm selling it at £1,444, so 1444 with 111, all the numbers, angel numbers. But I'm doing that because it's not as in-depth as my mentoring programs that I've sold before. And it's the first time I've opened one-to-one spaces in over a year. I've been fully booked that whole time. So just saying, like, if you've wanted a little bit of me in your life, this is your chance. So just putting it out there. Anyway, but I am able to reach out to that was it. That's what I was going to say. So I've got a list of people I think would be fantastic for this program. It's not going to be for everybody, and that's okay. I'm going to DM them and tell them that. That's okay to do when people have expressed that they want more of you. We can't annoy the wrong people. And I heard something, it was in an interview with Chelsea Quint, and which I think is next week, actually. I'm pretty sure it's next week. And in that interview, She was saying, like, sell your stuff like it's a Taylor Swift concert or Beyonce, either. This program is basically the Taylor and Beyonce's of the whole concerts of coaching programs. I'm very excited about it. Like, it's a really exciting thing, and it is going to serve people really, really well. So why wouldn't I talk about it? And this is what you've got to think about your emails. Your business, you have got to get behind and have that motivation and energy and drive to grow it and feel excited about it. Because if you're not excited about it, no other bugger is. So you have to have that power and that like energy behind your business. So then your emails aren't going to feel bad. They're not going to feel difficult because you're just sending love letters out to your favorite people, the people that have said, I think you're bloody amazing. Can I have your emails? Yes, you can. Here you go. But connect to that why while you're there and make sure that you want to be consistent. This goes on to my next point about creating a really simple plan. You don't have to have a really you don't have to send like more than one email a week. I would stick to one email. I would stick to one email and have about 200 to 300 words. It doesn't have to be long, but an email where you are talking about what you've got to offer, potentially some tips, if you're product based, some photos, and that's it. Weekly is ideal because then you are constantly in their heads, and do it around a time when you feel okay to post it, to send it, or get ahead of yourself and schedule. I really love using my content to influence my emails. So my email, usually the one, especially for product based, but for this, for Claire Hill and my service based, I will send the more juicy one later in the week. So I have time to collect what have I talked about in my content. Though I've already got a plan, I've got a structure, I know what I'm selling, but what has the tone been in my stories? And I use that to influence what I'm going to write in my emails. And I love to do that because not everybody sees everything I've got on my content. So use it as like a, think about your pillars, your content pillars, making sure you're touching on that, but have it so it doesn't have to be extra heavy, with always something to buy in every email. Now, you don't have to be really direct with this. You can be, don't forget, or PS at the end of the email, I've got this available, which I always do. Make sure you're finding the tone of voice that you want to use. I love using a very conversational, informal tone, just like I speak. If you want some support with that, ask ChatGTP, my best mate. What I've done before is I've copied and pasted some captions that I wrote from scratch, put that into ChatGTP and said, please analyze the tone and structure of this piece of writing so that you can replicate the same tone and structure. Okay, so you put that into ChatGTP with that piece of text. Then you say, I would like you to write an email to my mailing list using this same tone and structure with a very conversational feel to it, very informal, and I want it to have a British tone of voice as well. That's really important with ChatGTP, making sure it's not too Americanized, because then people are like, you've written that with ChatGTP. I don't write everything. By the way, you won't ever know when I've written from ChatGTP because I rewrite so much of it because I love writing. But you can get that template, and this is the power of ChatGTP with emails. You don't have to start from a blank email ever again. You get to use ChatGTP as a foundation for the rest of what you want to write. But when it's written it with that kind of tone, you can say, oh, I wouldn't have written that. I wouldn't have written that. Like a lot of the stuff ChatGTP, when I ask it to do stuff like that, it's just not what I would say, but it's a great starting point. I did one the other day. God, I can't even remember what I did. Do you know, I actually used ChatGTP I did this voice note to one of my clients, and it really made an impact on her day. It was about knowing that she was strong enough and had enough resources to get through the challenges that she was feeling, and she was basing that evidence. Her doubt was comparing herself to ages ago before she did all of this amazing work. I transcribed that voice note and then asked ChatGTP to create a piece of text from that transcript. So it was exactly my voice. I recorded what I said to her. When I got it, it was basically perfect to what I wanted to say. So if you feel that writing is a more difficult thing for you, the new update on the iPhone, I don't know about Android, I'm afraid, but iPhone, the new Notes app update, so you want the 18 point whatever it is update, you can actually record and transcribe straight into your iPhone. You can then get the ChatGPT app, copy and paste from your phone straight into there. So if you walk the dog, go for a walk, you're driving and you've got something in your head and it's easier for you to just free talk, do that, get it transcribed, get ChatGPT to tidy it up, bang, there's your email. I bet you could write an email to your mailing list in 5 minutes doing that. And even if you don't stick to the 3 pillars or whatever of your content, and it's just speak to them. They're just normal human beings who probably want to know the behind the scenes of your business and want to know what you've got to offer. So just share it. Definitely, I want to give a big shout out to, it's not called ConvertKit anymore, it's called Kit. I use Kit and I love it. I actually prefer it, even though I have got MailerLite actually for Vividwire. I prefer it to MailerLite and I definitely prefer it to MailChimp. Kit is free for up to 1,000 subscribers. That if you want a mailing list provider or you're thinking about moving, go to Kit. But definitely with the systemization and scheduling, block that time out and get it done. And have it around the same time as you're creating your social media. Come away from trying to do something every day and just block a whole day out to do this shit. Then go and download the Kickstart formula. Go to clairehill.uk/kickstart so you can get a tool that will help you stay really productive on those days that you've got a free day and usually you're flying around like a floating plastic bag. Actually, let's be productive and make the full use of your time so you know what you are doing. That will allow you to be so productive and efficient, and at the end of the day you're going to feel so accomplished. So do that. I want you as well to get comfortable repeating yourself. You are going to repurpose content that you've already done, potentially something you've spoken about in stories. A lovely way to engage people is to get a story that you've recorded, download it, upload it to YouTube, and then insert that into your email. So people, you can say, I was talking about this on my stories this week, bang, with a link to follow. Potentially they are following you, potentially they're not. So always have a link there. But get comfortable with the fact that people might not have seen what you've said on Instagram or TikTok or whatever. Repeat yourself. And even if they have seen it, saying it again, they probably can't remember. So don't worry about it. Get used to repeating yourself. Remember, some of your buyers, even your dream buyers, need up to 21 times to see you, hear from you before they buy. Give them those 21 opportunities. Show up. And the next thing I want to talk about, the last thing, I just want you to celebrate. I've just looked at the time though. This is quite a short one, isn't it? Well, I'm just going to go with the flow because you don't want to waste your time listening to more than you need to. It's like a little mini masterclass though, this one, isn't it? I want you to track your progress and celebrate your wins. When you get a subscriber, even if you get one, you celebrate it. There's one person in your mailing list and email them. I have a story about somebody that did a group program. One of my old clients, her name's Mel. She listens actually. So this is for you, Mel. She set up a mailing list. I made her do it. So this was about 2 years ago. And she had 3 mailing list subscribers when she sent her first email out. 2 of them bought from her. To me, that's a 67% conversion rate. Wouldn't you agree? You must email, even if it is a small number. It is about building consistency and showing up for yourself. So celebrate every single subscriber. Celebrate when you are consistent and you send an email. Celebrate the fact you've got a bloody mailing list and you are saying yes to scaling your business and business security. This is what I want you to do. You got it? I need an update. I need you to tell me what you're going to take away from this podcast episode, when you're going to implement it. That is what I want to know. Comment on this video, comment on the Spotify podcast if you're listening. send me a DM. I need to know. And remember that you can have your question answered in a dedicated podcast episode. All you have to do is comment wherever you are listening or watching this, or send me a DM or email believeteam@clarehill.uk. All right? That was good. Get a mailing list, please. Please. I'm not even talked about creating list builders and lead magnets, but I think that's, if you want, let me know. Do you want me to talk about how to create something so people actually join your list? I think that would be a very good idea. Okay, my loves, have a wonderful rest of your day wherever you are, and I shall speak to you soon.